if you have not beaten Fallout 4. I would suggest you go. This is some spoilers here, so. But otherwise, this is going to be a discussion about some Fallout 4 DLC and some new news we just got today. So sit by and relax. Now, the news we got here today is about like how Bethesda has announced that they will be announcing DLC soon. So by that case, I guess we won't be waiting for E3, and I would still expect we're going to see some Fallout 4 at the E3. But they also said that they're about to release a overhaul to the survival mode. So like they're going to add food, water, rads, diseases, and danger. So the food, water, isn't anything really new. Neither is the rads. That had stuff to do in Fallout New Vegas, which is actually about to tie into what we're about to see here. But the diseases and danger is a little new. Diseases as in, like, I don't know how you're gonna get diseases in this game, what kind they're gonna add, and how you'll contract them. Maybe from like using needles, too many needled objects, like what is that, Med-X or anything. You might get like a realistic HIV disease or something like that, or anything like that. But right now I'm pausing this because I'm not ready to talk about what's up next. But so they're going to be bringing pretty much a survival mode back, like they had in Fallout New Vegas. But like I said, they have diseases and danger, which is something we haven't really know yet, because that's not really what they included in the previous one. Yeah, in Fallout New Vegas, it was more dangerous in survival mode, because you couldn't heal yourself and do the things that you could, and like you could do in the normal game, the easier versions, easier difficulties. But here, they're saying danger, so are they going to add more enemies that come around, or things in the world are more dangerous? I'm not exactly sure. They're definitely going to have things that you have to watch out for and stay away from and avoid if they're going to add diseases. So maybe if you're out in rad storms, maybe you can get some kind of radiation disease. Or something like that. I'm not sure. Like I said, radiation sickness, like a radiation cold. But they also, as I said, announced that they will be releasing some DLC soon, and right now I'm going to transition into my next bit of speculation from DLC. So I'm going to be quiet here and let you guys watch this, and about whenever we get done with what I want you to notice, pay close attention to what they say, and remember things in Fallout New Vegas, because they do reference some here, and that right there is pretty much a confirmation that the things that Obsidian, I believe, yeah, the things that Obsidian did with Fallout New Vegas haven't been forgotten. So it's not like they're completely out of question that Obsidian isn't going to have any play in next Fallouts, because, I mean, you'll see here in a minute, but they reference New Vegas, stuff from New Vegas, things that popped up from New Vegas. But thanks for watching, and sit back, relax, and I'll let you know once we get through with this what my ideas are.
Turn down the goddamn radio. I'm trying to sleep.
Dad was either drunk or not around. I guess he must have run with one of the raider gangs, but I never really knew what he did. Don't know why Mom was with him. Maybe at some point in his life he wasn't a complete asshole.
All 5 states have now signed on.
Mom knew how it was. She wasn't soft, but she loved me in her way. And she protected me from Dad. That cost her more than a few beatings. I never knew what happened to her after I left. I didn't want to know. Not then.
Alright, so listen to what's about to come up on the radio.
As of this moment, we are all citizens of the new California Republic. I'm sure that's going to take some getting used to for a lot of people.
People always hoping for something better. They usually end up with something worse.
What?
And I just said there, we are all now, as of now, members of the NCR, the New California Republic. And I might be wrong here, but I'm not exactly sure. I can't really remember. I have played the old Fallouts, but I can't exactly remember. They mentioned the NCR. I can't remember if they had the NCR in previous Fallouts before Fallout 3. I'm not exactly sure, so don't really quote me on this, but I'm pretty sure that New Vegas was the first one to bring in the NCR and the Legion and all of them. But here they're talking about the NCR, so that right there confirms that they aren't really saying, hey, Obsidian's Fallout may not be going on with our Fallouts. Because Obsidian and Bethesda are, of course, different developers, so they're made by completely different people. And yeah, Bethesda had hands in Fallout New Vegas. Like, they kind of overwatched it and, like, made sure they didn't completely screw it up. But, so that right there is kind of making me think that we might see NCR and some DLC. Or maybe, like, we'll have some DLC that goes a little bit back to Kellogg. And if you guys have played, after this memory sequence, we get to go back to Nick, and he'll talk to you in Kellogg's voice, and that kind of has a lot of people thinking, and I think this would be a cool idea, where maybe Nick starts losing himself, where he starts becoming Kellogg, and maybe Kellogg will return to his home, where the NCR is, and maybe we will have to journey out to pursue Nick, save Nick from the Kellogg inside, and we'll be able to see the NCR. Maybe we'll go back. Maybe Nick will explore these memories of Kellogg's, and maybe Kellogg's thinking, or I don't know. Maybe it'll be like a battle between their heads. Who's gonna win? But I'm thinking maybe we'll have to chase after Nick as Kellogg's side kind of takes over and brings him home, and that'd be a very cool DLC to see, in my opinion.
Joke.
For this day for a long time.
What's it mean, Mom?
A crowd is
Nothing,
gathering
Connie.
outside the hall
People
of
like to talk and hope someone else is going to keep them safe.
party is developing.
Teacher at school said the NCR would bring back the good old days. Like before the big war.
Any minute now.
Don't you
I was such a dummy back then. What did I know about how the world worked? I think now she wanted me to kill him. I should have. Instead, I ended up running away. I told myself I wanted to find somewhere out from under the thumb of the NCR and all their rules. But really, I was running from the guilt of not protecting her from Dad. It doesn't matter now, though.
listen to that twaddle? I'm going to stop sending you if that's what they're teaching you.
I'm going out. Where the fuck did you put my boots?
Listen to me, Connie. You take this. You're old enough. You're the man of the family now. It's your job to protect us. Your father's useless, but you won't turn out like him. You're a good boy. And all that on the radio, all useless talk. The only thing that will protect you in this world is that gun in your hands. You need to learn to use it if you're going to survive.
I will, Mom. I promise. I won't let you down.
You've always been my good boy.
This doesn't seem to be what we're looking for. There appears to be another intact memory close to you in temporal sequence. There. Try that one.
Alright guys, well that's my DLC speculation, that we're gonna see NCR. We're gonna chase after Nick, because Kellogg's brain takes over. Because Kellogg's brain takes over Nick, and his reasoning abilities, or whatever, and takes Nick to Kellogg's home. And so maybe you have to chase Nick home to Kellogg's home, and then you get to see the NCR. I would really love to see that. I mean, it'd be a pretty cool idea. It's pretty reasonable ideas, well, I like to think. But guys, thanks for joining me in this video. I'll let you see whatever happens next, because if I'm not mistaken, they have a little bit more reference to the NCR here. So sit back, relax, and thanks for joining. So leave a like if you think that's a good idea.
It's gonna be fine. You'll see.
But we don't know anybody here. And now, with the baby?
Come on, Sarah, you've got to give it a chance. The thing about happiness is you only know you had it when it's gone. I mean, you may think to yourself that you're happy, but you don't really believe it. Focus on the petty bullshit or next job or whatever. It's only looking back, by comparison with what comes after, that you really understand that's what happiness felt like. I was the worst thing that ever happened to her. If she'd never met me, she'd have stayed in the hub, maybe hooked up with someone who didn't kill people for a living. Probably been happier than she was with me. Almost certainly lived longer. Got steady work with a good... Whatever made me think that a guy like me should have a daughter? No, I never deserved her. Not for 1 second. Outfit. Nothing like that in the NCR these days.
And there's the Golden Gate Bridge, so maybe we'll go there.
I'm just... Are you sure these guys know what they're doing? They seem kind of green.
I know, but that's where I come in. Just wait. In a few years, I'll be running my own crew. As soon as I make the connections I need. I thought San Francisco was my chance to start fresh. I was the hot shit, the gunslinger from the hub, rolling into town with the world at my feet. Everybody knew I was
Is
the
that the
one who
next
shot Valdez.
Fallout? The
I
hub?
could write my own ticket to
Or
any
the
outfit in town.
DLC? The hub?
It all worked out pretty damn well.
Questions.
For a while. Then I can give you anything you want. And little Mary, too.
I never worried about